Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on whatever time it is you are listening to me. Today, I want to take you through how to design a table of content. So this piece of work you are seeing here is for a client, and I just want to use this as a yardstick for teaching you how to design a table of content, an automated table of content for your work. First, I would like you to select all the documents. So simply click on Ctrl A. Then you work on the font style. Then you work on the size. You work on the alignment, the intervals. Make sure it looks presentable before you start working on the table of content. Because once we start working on the table of content, we cannot much edit whatever is in there because it may affect the way the table of content should go. So after you are done with that, you select what you want to appear on the table of content. So the first thing we are going to do, or we are going to automate on the table of content, is the executive summary. So we have to first select the executive summary. But before we select the executive summary and click on the headers, we just have to first modify each of the headers to suit our taste. So often what I do is I use 3 headings: heading 1, heading 2, heading 3. So I right click on heading 1. Any of the headings there, probably you may not have it as heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, but I name it as such. So then right after the no spacing, I modify the first heading and I give it all the font size, style and shape I want. Then I move to heading 2 and heading 3. I do it as such. Then after that, I come back to select the executive summary. So once I click on the heading 1, it gives me the option of that. It gives me the whole package of just that. Then the third page you are seeing is the table of content. We are not done with the automation, so we would have to skip to the next until we are done. That is when we can come back to automate it. So on the main work, this is the body of work. This is the body itself. So first it has tax 1, LO1. So this is how the customer is required to name, or is supposed to name their work. The assignment came with an instruction. So this is how you label each subtopic, heading and all that. So tax 1, LO1 is going to be my heading 1. Then AC 1.1 is going to be a subheading under the tax 1. So first of all, the tax 1 will be my heading 1. Exactly as you are seeing it. Then AC 1.1 will now be my heading 2. Then, but whenever you are selecting, make sure you select from the start to the exact end of whatever you are doing, or whatever heading you are using. Then we'll move to the next one. So this is also a subtopic under the tax 1. So I'll click on heading 2. I'll select the AC 1.2, the whole thing, and click on heading 2. Then we move straight to the next one. So AC, any AC you see is mostly a subtopic of the main topic. So AC 1.3 will also take heading 2. So all heading 2s are beneath heading 1. All heading 2s are subheadings. All heading 1 are main heading. So this one, you notice it is 1M1. So this is another subtopic under the previous topic, which is also a subtopic. So this would take the form of heading 3 and not 2, because it is not a major sub question. It is a mini sub question under the main sub question or the main subtopic. So this will go for heading 3. So you do the same thing for task 2. Let me leave you to watch the video instead of skipping it, so that you appreciate the body of work. So I go back to heading 1 and the same process continues. The next one is AC 2.1. So this one will be heading 2, then in that order. So just follow through the video whilst we are all watching. This brings us to the last page, but don't forget there is a portion of references. So the references will also have to have a heading so that it will appear on the table of content. Now the heading is heading 1 because references stand on its own. It is not a subtopic, it stands on its own. Whatever topic that stands on its own takes the form of heading 1. So now we head straight forward to the blank space we left as T, which is supposed to be the table of content. So now we clear the T, we just put it there to guide us that is where the table of content is supposed to be. So from there we move straight to the tab up there and we click on references. Then at the extreme left we see table of content. I often prefer the option 2 because it aligns it in the manner in which I like. So I click on the option 2, which is automatic. Take notice of it, automatic table. So it means that once you click on any item on the table of content, it will automatically take you to the content in the body. That is what it means. So let's click on the table of content 2. Okay, there we have it. So most often it may not align as you want. It may not align it nicely as this. Because I'm used to and because I keep using it, I've automated a lot of things and it makes it quite easy whenever I am dropping a table of content. So it comes with ease. But in your case, if it doesn't come with ease, then it means that you would have to manually edit the table of content without touching anything in the content. You can actually touch or make effects there, but remember that it is always very important to effect the change in the main work so that after refreshing the table of content, it will automatically reflect in the table of content. If you don't do it that way, it may temper with the automation. So if you convert it to a PDF, that is where you will see errors in the table of content. So it is always appropriate to edit the content and refresh the table of content or update it to suit the edited one. You will notice that once I hover the mouse on the table of content, it quickly the arrow quickly turns into a pointing finger, and when I clicked on Ctrl plus the left click on the mouse button, it automatically brought me to the content. Let's assume we want to effect a change in the body of work to reflect it in the table of content. We first have to select the word we want to change. So let's look for a similar word, emerging. So let's click on emerging and go back to the table of content to effect the change there or update the table of content. To assume that you click on update table, and then you are sorted out. So you are making reference to something I changed in the content, and I came back to refresh or update the table of content so that you can see it clearly. So you notice I changed that in the content. So as I was saying, in an instance where you do not like the arrangement of the table of content, you can quickly select all by clicking the three dots at the top edge of the table of content. Then you go back to your home button and ensure that it has the same font style, type, and probably color, and because the table of contents is mostly written in blue, so if you want it to be black, you would have to change that too. So you select, then you make few adjustments, the alignment and all that. Once you are done, you are good to go. I appreciate staying with us. I hope this video was educative enough. Kindly like and subscribe to receive notification whenever we upload new videos, and I hope you share to your friends to also serve as an educational material for them to also learn. Thank you very much. See you.